Hello everyone, hello, how are you? So today we're just going to be doing a quick collective reading. I just felt called, I felt that we all needed to hear something right now. There's a lot going on. I know a lot of people have reached out to me, especially after this, eclipse in Gemini. I know it hit a lot of people, mentally and emotionally. It definitely, hit a lot of people and is affecting a lot of people mentally. We know Gemini is the air sign, is actually the most intellectual, because people are going to take that differently than what it's intended to be. I don't mean they're the smartest sign. I mean they're the most intellectual, which means they're the most in their heads. They want to know the most facts. Okay. But I do know a lot of people are affected right now. And then we have our shift with our Jupiter and Saturn conjunction on the 21st, which is going to shift us for the next 20 years. So the universe right now is trying to do a lot of cleansing, trying to do a lot of healing, trying to reprogram our mental. Okay, that was the point of the eclipse in Gemini. Okay, it's here too. And that's funny because now that I'm speaking about cleansing and everything, black smoke is actually coming out the candle. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. That was not happening before that. Okay, so again, cleansing, a lot of negativity, and it's actually getting darker the more I speak about it. So a lot of you guys on this, that's going to be watching this, have a lot to let go of, have a lot to release, okay? You see the candle dancing. My candle was not moving. I don't know if it's in the video when I first started, but my candle was not moving, first of all. No black smoke, okay? So there's a lot of energies that's going to be watching this, okay? And there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, okay? If you don't really understand what's going on with Jupiter and Saturn, why the 21st is so significant, why you keep hearing about it, let me know and I will do a video on that. You guys know I'm very into astrology, I'm very into numerology, I'm into a lot of things, okay? Spiritual based, non-spiritual based. I'm really that, I don't want to say jack of all trade, because usually the jack of all trade is the master of nothing. But I'm really one of those people. I'm the master of all trades. Like, I don't want to call myself the master as if I'm the best in anything. No, but my point is, I don't just dibble and dabble into things. Things are near and dear to my heart, okay, that I dabble into. So my point being is, I wouldn't call myself a master in anything. Not saying that I'm not, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to say like I'm the top, because astrology, numerology, things like that aren't my top. Divination, listen, I'm the master of divination. I wear that crown very well. I'm very connected, okay? But I wouldn't say I'm the master of like astrology and numerology and things like that. However, I am very hip. I'm very in tune. I have done a lot of studying, a lot of researching. So, that's what I mean. I really am the jack of all trades, honestly speaking. I just don't like using that phrase, like I said, because usually the jack of all trade is the master of none. Okay, when you're doing everything at once, you kind of don't learn anything, okay? But these are not things that I just, these are things that are important to me and near and dear to me. They affect my daily life. I check them on a daily basis. So I'm very in tune is what I'm trying to say, okay? If you guys know me, I do a lot of different spiritual work, from dream work to magic to a whole bunch of different things. But my point being, saying all of this, is that if you guys want to learn more information or anything, please don't be afraid to ever ask me. I know sometimes people think that I am limited to only certain areas or certain talents and gifts, and it's just like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but don't be afraid to ask and speak up, okay? So anywho, I think I made this intro longer than it needed to be. The point of me saying this, though, is if you are curious about what's going on in the universe, in the planets, in the stars, the alignment, why it's so important to be in a better mental state by the 21st, to be more focused, to change, to make some lifestyle changes to your health, to your mental health, to your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your financial health, especially financial health, because Jupiter, okay? Also, Saturn is the planet of routines, daily, daily activities. Like, what are you doing on a daily? Because if you're not happy with what you're doing on a daily, then the next 20 years, you're going to be doing these things for the next 20 years if you don't start making practical plans from now. Okay, that's what that's telling you. And Jupiter is a planet about expansion, abundance, okay? So when it comes to your career and when it comes to the things that you want to grow in, the areas you want to grow in, again, with the Saturn, with your routines, what are you doing to help this expansion, to help this growth? If you want to make more money, but you're afraid to, you know, take a leap of faith and start that business you've been thinking about, then the next 20 years, I'm not gonna say that you necessarily are gonna be in that state of fear, but it's highly likely, okay, because this conjunction, they work together. Okay, so if your daily habits are not matching what it is you want to grow in and what it is you want to do, it's very important that you start making mental notes of what needs to be changed, at least, so you can start strategizing and you can start, look at me, I'm already, okay, apparently this is intuitive reading, but so that you can start knowing what you need to do and what you need to change, okay, in order for you to prosper in the areas that you want to. Okay, what daily habits, okay, how much are you on social media, okay, what type of foods are you eating on a daily, how much is, you know, water are you intaking on the daily, how much time in nature are you spending, how much, you know, do you meditate daily, do you do yoga, any type of body movement, are you praying, okay, are you connecting with your ancestors, okay, do you have an altar, okay, are you working on your spiritual side, you know, are you also taking care of your physical side, because I do also see that a lot, the imbalance, you know, sometimes people are too into this spiritual journey that they forget they are a physical being. You are in this realm, you are on earth, you are in the matrix. You have to be able to, hello, life is a game, like they always say. You have to be able to play it, because it's a game. You got to win. The point of winning, how do you win? The frequency that you're in, the vibration that you are in when you pass is going to be the deciding factor of what happens when you departure from here. Are you going to come back in a karmatic cycle? Are you going to reach ascended masters? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to come back and reach abundance? And, you know, all of that matters. Okay, if you pass away in the state of fear, you're not going to become an ascended master yet, because you haven't learned the lessons, you haven't broke the patterns. Okay, so when you're, you know, both sides matter. Is my point. Both sides matter, and a lot of time people just do the spiritual steps, or they just do the practical steps. They don't combine. They don't balance. Okay, so, and Jupiter is a spiritual planet. Okay, not as much as, well, I'm not gonna say not as much. Neptune also is a very spiritual planet, but Jupiter is a spiritual planet. Okay, so spirituality, Saturn, again, routines. What are you doing daily that nurtures your soul and your physical being? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think I am done with the downloads and the intuitive messages for now. Let's just pick some cards. This won't be long, or at least I didn't intend it to. That's why I didn't even pull no cards beforehand. You know, I'm just going to pull a few on camera and just go from there. If you never got a reading from me or watched me do a reading, I am a jumper kind of girl, which means that I go for jumpers. I go for the jumpers. I'm not going to say I don't ever. Sometimes I will shuffle and then pick from the pile, but it's very rare that I do that. That's just my natural calling. That's just what feels good to me, what works for me. Okay. I also do layer my cards. If it's 2 cards on top of each other, I will layer. If it's more than 2, I don't do it. Okay, look at that. See, this is why I'm saying all of this, because look what we got here at the back of the deck. Okay, 3 of Swords. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we'll just start with this deck for now, and we'll see what we can get from here. If we need to dig further, then I will go to these other decks. I don't really 100% plan on using them, but I just have a couple extra decks here in case we need clarification, because again, I just felt called to do a small, quick, collective reading for all of us. Okay, all right, so how I look at my readings, okay, I'm not gonna say every single time I do it this way, but when I feel called to, this is how I do it. The back of the deck, which are these 2 cards, these are like the book. This is the book itself. Okay, this tells me what's the book. This tells me, you know, what I need to know. This is from the front of the deck. This is the chapter that you're on. So let's say the book is about nutrition, okay? You're on the chapter of fruits, let's say. Okay, there's chapters of fruits, vegetables, water, you know what I'm saying? So this is with the book, which means this is what your life is pretty much about right now, where you are currently in your your life journey pretty much. And these right here are the page that you were on. So this is present moment. Okay, this was the page you are currently on in your book. Okay, so this is your book, this is your chapter, this is your page. Again, I don't always do my readings like this, but when I feel called to, I do. So I just want you guys to understand what I'm going to be looking at. So this is the back of the deck, front of the deck, and we have the overall energy. So the overall energy is really actually this instead, since I feel called to do it like this instead of how I originally was going to do it. I was just going to have my 3 cards and, you know, that's it. But Spirit is like, no, do it how you do it. So we have the Son of Wands, and that's the Knight of Wands, okay? So it's all about taking action. It's all about, you know, taking actions on what, you know, what ignites you, what you're passionate about, what feels good to you, what feels, you know, like home to you, what you've been dreaming about. Okay, it's it's time to get moving on that. Okay, but let's not be impulsive, because the sun is not as wise as the father, right? So this is someone who is still learning, someone who's still going through experiences. So like I said earlier, in the intuitive collective is to make sure we're taking the practical steps. Okay, we can't just be jumping into things. We can't just be like, okay, yeah, babe, I'm about to change my life around, and expect it to actually work like that without any planning, you know. So what I see here overall, look at that. We have the Ace of Wands. So we have Wands. We have a lot of fire energy here, okay? Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. You don't have to be one of these signs, but especially with this being in the back of the deck, we have a lot of fire energy. So again, what that means is just a lot of passion, okay? A lot of drive, a lot of movement, okay? Not really necessarily moving on thinking, moving on emotions, but more so moving on our passion, what makes us just feel good, okay? So I see, oh, we have 2 aces. Oh my gosh, okay. And this is the back of the deck. So like I said, this is the overall, okay? This is like the book, okay? So this is beautiful. First of all, 2 aces. We have an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Swords. Okay, the Ace of Swords, Swords is mental. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy up here too. And it's funny how this is combined together. You know, the fire and the air. It's like, because air blows fire out, you know, so that's kind of funny that we have this here, because our mental can really ruin our passions sometimes. It can get us off balance, it can get us unfocused, okay, because we're putting too much logic, okay, or we have past tense, you know, situations that we dealt with that kind of has us in a certain low vibrational mindset, so maybe our thoughts aren't aligning on our passions. So the fact that we have these two here working together, working together, conjunction, I almost said in conjunction, but you know, trine energy, you know, flowing together, that's beautiful. So basically what I see here though is the Ace of, you know, we are starting to, we have new opportunities, okay? There's new opportunities to really make our goals come to life, to really chase those things that really feel good to us, okay? And how is because we're changing our mindset. So our passion, these opportunities, these new opportunities of just feeling lighter, okay? Of feeling more energized, feeling that physical energy, because, you know, fire also goes with Mars, because Mars is Aries, okay? So getting that drive, that's all being fueled by our mindset. So a lot of us mindsets are changing. We're starting to see things different. We're starting to think different. We're starting to communicate different, okay? We have a mental breakthroughs, okay? This could also symbolize, for some, not many, because I'm not really getting it too clear of a message, but for some people, you have an opportunity, maybe somebody coming in and telling you something that changes your mindset. That's also a possibility, but basically our passions are starting to be fueled due to our mind shifting, okay? So, but that's what's going on as a whole. So you may not feel that right now. You may feel like your mind is heavy and there's so much on your mind, or you might not feel driven. You might not feel physically motivated, okay? Maybe mentally you want to do something, but physically you don't have the energy behind it. Or maybe you want to do something, but mentally you keep you know, doubting yourself and stuff. So you might not be there yet, but this is where you're heading. Okay, this is where we're all heading. Okay, but where we're at right now is kind of in this heartbreak place. You know, we have a lot of grief. Okay, and 3 of Swords. So we have another Swords here. So we have 2 swords, 2 wands. Okay, so this is really telling me that our mental is really interrupting our passion, our energies. Okay, our drive to complete or go after. That being said, it's like, because we have the High Priestess here too. How I'm picking this up though is that some hurt that you've been through, okay, some things that is on your mind, okay, the grief, okay, the resentment that you are, you know, that you are holding on to mentally. I'm getting 2 different messages. So for some people, it's because it was divinely guided. Okay, and by that I mean the High Priestess. This is something that your higher self kind of brought you to, so that you can start changing your mental, so that you can really see, okay, things here aren't right and changes need to be made because I need to be fueled. So it's, you know, that energy of sometimes you got to go through things to grow through things. So that's what I'm collecting for some of you. For others, I'm collecting that this hurt, you know, these things that you have on your mind, it's blocking your third eye. It's blocking your intuition, or it's due to you not being tapped into your intuition. So this hurt that you're going through is to get you to start following your gut, start getting you to follow your passion, what feels good to you, what doesn't feel good to you. Well, not follow what doesn't, but to be able to discern better, okay, discern, third eye, more so third eye, but mental matters too. Discernment is more so your third eye, which is your High Priestess, your higher self, okay, your intuition. But discernment also goes by your mental logic, okay, your wisdom, okay. But it's like this hurt is here to tap you in. Okay, so like I said earlier, a lot of us mentally are not feeling comfortable, not feeling at ease, but it's to tap us in so that we can really see what's going on here. Okay, what's really going on here? We're not fueled. We're not energized. We're not driven. We're not focused because of our mental. But we're going to get to that place of taking action. A lot of us have been deceived. Our own minds, and that's what I'm getting. People have deceived us, yes, but our own mind is also deceiving us, which is making it hard for a lot of us to really go after these passions, to go after these goals, okay, to really find ways to energize ourselves, you know, healthy. All right. So where we are right now, let's see. So we have the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, the Father of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Father of Cups. So we have 2 Kings energy here right now, okay? So this is definitely a lot of masculine energy coming through, okay? But we have the Father of Cups on top of the Five of Swords. So we have a lot of mental and physical energy here, okay? Because again, we have the sword. We have 3 swords up here. We have 3 wands. 3 is the number of expansion. 3 is the number of movement. Okay, 3 is the number of spiritual manifestation, because you gotta remember it, things happen in the metaphysical before the physical. Okay, 5 is the physical manifestation. That's actually receiving what you want in this realm. But the number 3 is receiving what you want in the spiritual realm. Okay, it's being ready to, you know, tackle those tides, if you get what I'm trying to say. So the fact that we have 3 and 3 here, you know, making 33. Okay. I can go real deep into this numerology, and I was about to, but Spirit is telling me not to get too in depth. We might lose them, so I'm not going to go too crazy with the numerology. But again, 3, the fact that we have 3 wands right here, 1, 2, 3, 3 swords, 1, 2, 3, says a lot, because we only have 1 pentacle and 1 cup. So a lot of us are not really too focused on finances, okay, or, you know, physical, tangible things, or our emotions. Most of us is so in our heads that it's blocking our physical movements. Okay, it's draining our energy. Okay, So with this Daughter of Wands, aka Page of Wands, it's like, oh, look at that. The daughter, look, the siblings. The siblings is here. Okay, so with this Daughter of Wands, this is, you know, telling me it's all about creating what you want. It's knowing how to reach your goals without having to be too, like, it's different than the sun. Like, the sun is like, oh, I want this candy bar. All right, cool. So you know what? All right, I don't get the money right now, but if I sell this and I get this, then I'm gonna get the candy. That's the Son of Wands, because he really, really wants that candy bar, and that candy bar really, you know, it makes feel good. So it's like he's gonna go after that. This is more so like, okay, I want that candy bar. I ain't got the money for it right now. How can I get that candy bar? Whether you gotta ask daddy, hey dad, can I get some money for the candy bar? Whether you gotta go to your brother, hey brother, can I get some money for the candy bar? Or you gotta find some way to, because it's not about being manipulative, okay? It's not about being manipulative or vindictive to get what you want, but it's about creating, okay? Manifesting. It's about bringing it into alignment pretty much with you. It's not about necessarily controlling it, because the sun, the masculine energy, is more so about control. It's more so about making it happen. Where the feminine energy is more so about creation, creating ways for this to happen. Okay? Then we have the Father of Pentacles, and the Father of Pentacles is, you know, he's wise. He's wise. This is someone who has abundance. This person knows how to get abundance, smart, and without being impulsive, you know, being strategic, okay? Knowing the right moves, okay? Knowing how his moves is going to affect everybody, okay? It's also that energy of giving, okay? I have so much because of how much I built for myself from all the action that I've taken, that I actually can give some away. If I feel, again, because he's very wise, he doesn't just give his money away, but he gives it to those that he uses his discernment. Again, wisdom is basically intuition mixed with experiences. Okay, I know before this didn't work out, and you utilize your intuition on why. Why didn't this work out? I just didn't really feel like I was ready for it. I didn't really feel like it didn't work out because I did anything wrong. I just feel like the timing was off. Okay, well, you use that together. When you tried it before in a time that you didn't feel worked for you, you saw it didn't work. So you utilize that wisdom to know, okay, when I feel the time is right, then I'm going to try again, because I don't feel that this is something that I shouldn't be doing. I just feel the time was wrong. Okay, that's how you use your wisdom. Okay? Wisdom and logic are not the same thing. Okay, because logic is basically fact-based. Okay? Wisdom is like, I don't need to learn this in school. You know, wisdom is life experience, life teaching. Logic is more so textbook teaching, okay? Then we have the Father of Cups. This is someone who is emotionally balanced. This is somebody who knows how they feel and knows the type of actions to take that's in the best interest of all. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you can come up to him and you could try to piss him off, but he's so in balance with himself and his own energy that you ain't even gonna bother him. But he knows, he sees clearly you need some type of help and assistance, so he's going to give that to you. Or this is somebody, or you maybe, let's say you do piss him off, but he knows, he's so at peace with himself. He knows, okay, let me go inside myself and figure out why you were able to affect me this way. Okay, this is the responding energy. Thank you, Spirit. This is the responding versus the reactive. Okay, with the Father of Cups, this is somebody who makes movements, who makes decisions based off how he feels, but does not react to the feeling itself. Okay, and we have that over the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is all about arguments, okay, conflict, mental conflict. So whether this is with yourself, you know, you battling your own demons, or you are literally at war with others, you arguing, you know, maybe saying bad things to each other or about each other, okay? So when I put this together, what I see here is there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of fire energy. There's a lot of passion here, okay? But it's time to it's time to take some moves, okay? But we got to make the moves based off of the things we created. Okay, this is not the energy of people doing for us, okay? This is not the energy of just practical steps. This is the energy of, like I said, manifesting, creating ways. Whatever it is that you want, okay? Let's say your passion is to travel. Well, the steps that need to be made are ways to create. How can you create a life where you're able to travel more, okay? Do you have to quit your job? You know what I'm saying? Do you have to get another job to bring in the income? It's like, what is it that you have to do in order to create this opportunity for yourself? Because yes, we can take the action and just start booking trips. We can take the practical steps. But is that really going to fuel us? Is that really going to make us feel good? And when we do that, when we take the practical steps without aligning it with the spiritual steps, which means without co-creating with the universe, this means you're taking full control. So bam, you go on that trip and then you get robbed. God forbid, but God forbid, Most High forbid, positive energy forbid, however you want to say it. But it's like, okay, why did that happen? Well, because you were impulsive. You took the practical steps, yes, but you didn't do the spiritual steps. You didn't make sure that you were aligned with this trip. Was this good timing? Was the energy in the universe good, okay? What were the planets like at that time of the trip? Because if you take a trip on, I'm not going to get too astrological with you guys, but if you take a trip when the stars, the planets are not in alignment with something like that, then you're working against yourself because you're not co-creating with the universe. You didn't, manifest on it. You didn't pray on it. You didn't, check the planet energy of the day or of that time. You just went ahead and did it. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy. So yes, action is important, but we also need to learn our feminine energy, our energy of not always being in control. Yes, this is what I want. I want that candy bar, but I'm okay to surrender and know that, hey, if I don't get this candy bar, it's for my best. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy of surrender. It's that feminine energy, okay? That energy of releasing control. Okay? And when we have it with the Father of Pentacles, this just tells me that you might be, one of your goals might be finances. Okay, you want to be more abundant in finances or tangible things. It could be relationship, because tangible, anything that you can hold. Okay, maybe you trying to save up for this finger drum. Okay? We got to be smart though. We got to be wise. We can't be too impulsive because a lot of people, because of our mental state, a lot of people are being really impulsive, especially with the way this year, has been. A lot of us are kind of getting desperate. So a lot of people are kind of making these impulsive movements without really going within. Okay, if you look at this, you see how the snake is protecting what it wants, which is that wand. Okay, the wand is the goal, and it's protecting it. It's catering it. It's nurturing it. Versus this one, which is the sun, this one is more so like, mine, get away from it. It's mine. I'll do anything at all costs for it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference here. There's a big difference between just being protective and being nurturing. You have to nurture these goals. You have to be wise, okay? Just because something didn't work in the past, don't just let your mind have you in this place of resentment and guilt and fear, because something didn't work in the past. No, use your wisdom to tap into your third eye and see what happened, what went wrong, and quote unquote wrong. Because nothing went wrong, everything happens for a reason, but what happened that could be adjusted? Okay, where do you need to bring more nurturing into your life? What is the goals, okay? If you don't have no energy, your physical energy is drained, how can you nurture yourself more? If your goal, again, is more finances, since we have this here, how can you nurture your finances better to be in alignment with that frequency? That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. And a lot of times when I talk to my clients and I say this, they kind of get a little mind blown, but money is energy. So if you're in a low vibrational state, okay, because of this, root chakra, you see how we have red here, root chakra, It really came in clear. Okay, a lot of people, root chakra is off balance right now, and it's very understandable with how this year went. Okay, but it's like, when you're in that root chakra state, okay, when you're in that state of fear, that state of worry, money is not going to come to you. You're going to manifest more of your frequency. That's why they say watch your thoughts, because thoughts create frequency. That's why here, this is a swords card, but it represents hurt. If you look at another deck, this makes me want to go get the deck. I will go get the deck too. Okay, but if you look at another deck, it's a heart. In a lot of other decks, it's a heart stabbed through. Because our thoughts create feelings. They create frequency, because feelings create frequency. Emotions create frequency. And our thoughts create emotions. So with that aligning, that creates the actions that we take. So if your mental is in a place of resentment, okay, you resent yourself because you tried something in the past that did not work, then you are creating this sadness. Okay, so now you're in this low vibrational energy, because sadness is low vibrational. So your actions are going to align with that vibration. So you're not going to take that chance again, even though you really want to, you know, or you're going to take that chance and it's not going to go nowhere because you're bringing this vibration to it. You're going to manifest your vibration. Okay. So that's really what I'm getting here. It's like, use your past experience, use your wisdom, because you are abundant. The King of Pentacles, he's abundant. He is rich. He has all that he wants. And rich is not just about money, like I said, but he has all that he needs and all that he wants. All the money. He has the house, the money, you know, the clothes, the car, everything that he wants that's tangible, he has it because he nurtured his goals. He took time with them. He catered to them. He wasn't just always action-packed. Even though this is masculine energy, and masculine is about, you know, taking action, he wasn't just in that state because we have it here. So what this is, like I said, is saying, just nurture these goals more, because you have it. You already have it. You got to bring it out. Anything that you want is already within you. That's what you have to understand, and you have to start thinking as. If you want to be rich, you got to understand richness is in you. Okay, you want to be the model, you got to understand modeling is already in you. You're trying to now bring it into fruition. You're trying to now bring it into the 3D, because it's already in your soul. It's already in your spirit. You done did it in a past incarnation. That's why you feel so closely tied to it. But now we got to cater to it and figure out how can we bring it into this 3D realm. So again, we have to get emotionally balanced here, because with these conflicts, these arguments, these disagreements, these mental despairs that we are thinking, okay, this, you know, this resentment, because I keep hearing resentment and grief more than anything. So a lot of you guys are in a state of being, you know, just being resentful and are grieving a lot of things, and it's just like we have to be emotionally balanced. The actions that we take, the decisions that we make, yes, we have to base them off of how we feel, but we have to respond to them, not react to them. And what I'm picking up very strongly is a lot of you guys have tried some things, and that, wow, look at this, 3 and 2, which is 5, and 5. And I just looked at this 5, and something said, look around, there's another 5 here. And there really was. So 5, 5 changes. A lot of us are scared. A lot of us are afraid to make these changes because of things that we've been through. Because of things that we have tried and failed. Because of the harsh things people have said to us, okay? It has really hindered how we move on what we want. It has made us reconsider. It has made us reconsider, is this even what we want? My camera be shutting off. I gotta figure out if I can turn that off, because it's kind of frustrating. The second time it turned off now. And I'm probably not going to do much editing, so if you just hear that repeat, you're going to just hear the repeat. This is not a video. I really think I'm going to do all that. Because like I said, this is kind of random. I just felt this was a collective that we all needed to hear. I don't even know what time it is. It's 10:23. It's just, like I said, random. So I don't plan on doing much editing and everything. But yes, so overall, what I want to say here is we have a lot of opportunities here coming in, okay? A lot of new goals, a lot of new energies, a lot of new sources, okay? A lot new vibrancy coming in because we are changing our mental state. We are changing the way we communicate with ourselves and others, the way we think about things, okay? So even though you might be hurt right now, it's time to tap into our third eye and really see things for what they really are, not just for what we see in the physical. For instance, you might not see your bank account have a lot of money, but clearly it's here. So spiritually, you're rich. It's all about nurturing these finances and nurturing this alignment so you can bring it into this realm. But what's blocking that is we have to be emotionally balanced because, again, these conflicts. And for a lot of people, I'm getting that it's just it's just mental things you're telling yourself. But for others, it's people are saying negative things to you, or you're arguing with people even thinking, because I'm picking up telepathy. I know I have telepathy, and sometimes it can get really frustrating because people don't really tend to realize I can read their thoughts. Like, yeah, I know what you just said, like, in your head, and then I'll say something on that alignment out loud, and they're kind of like, that's kind of crazy. I was kind of thinking, yeah, I know. So if you have telepathy and you are hearing other people's thoughts, that can also be discouraging you too, especially if you're not fully tapped in and don't understand what it is you're hearing or feeling. All of a sudden you can just feel, I feel like this person don't really, but because you don't understand it, you're not fully tapped in, you might take it on yourself and be like, see, I'm always doing this. I'm always thinking negative. No, it's not. It's that you're picking up telepathically on what this person is thinking about this idea that you're presenting. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be emotionally imbalanced to be able to take the criticism, to be able to handle the thoughts that we're able to read for those that do have telepathy, okay? Or tapped into it, I should say. We gotta have the spine, but we can't be defensive. We gotta move knowing, okay, this person has a lack of knowledge, and it's not their fault. They didn't go to school. And I'm not saying school obviously means, but I'm just using it as an example. Don't mean if you don't go to school, you're not logical. I'm just using it as an example here. So you know to be different with that person. Okay? Not be different, but you know you can't just yell at that person because you know they don't understand. So you have to be in balance with yourself enough to know, listen, I'm confident. I know this is a great idea. I'm not going to let this person project their fears on me, but I'm also not going to make them feel bad for having these fears because clearly it came from somewhere. That's what I'm saying, okay, guys? I know this was a little bit all over the place, but I've been downloading this whole time, honestly, even before I started reading the cards. I'm at the point where my head is starting to hurt. My third eye is actually starting to pound. I've been nothing but downloading. So I think I'm going to leave it here. I think Spirit has said what Spirit needs to say. I think I did the job I need to do, especially with how I'm feeling right now. What do we have here? We have the Six of Cups. Okay, yeah, a lot of us are thinking too. Look at this, and then we have the Father of Swords behind it. So a lot of us, swords again. Yeah, a lot of us are touring our heads. We're thinking too much of the past, and that's what I was picking up on. Past failures, whether it's relationships, career, just goals we didn't complete, just a lot of past failures. But we have to have hope. We have to have hope. We have to have hope. We have to have faith, okay? We have to keep going, okay? Look at this Daughter of Pentacles. We can create whatever abundance we want. Okay? We can create whatever abundance it is that we want. We just have to know. We just have to nurture. Deers are very nurturing. You see how it's a deer? Deers are very nurturing, okay? They are the animal of nurture. Okay? We have to take care of what we want more of. Okay? And I see the tower behind it. So I can see a lot of us are definitely going through a tower moment right now, which is why we have this grief and this resentment, which is why the mental is a little heavy. Look, 10 of Wands. We're feeling heavy. We're feeling burdened by this tower. Okay, but we have to understand look at that. Everything happens for a reason. This is trying to lead you to new opportunities, new ways of doing things, new journeys, taking new risks. Okay, because these old ways didn't work. You got to use your wisdom here. What didn't work? What didn't work? Sometimes there's a why, sometimes there's not. But what didn't work, so that you are able to use your wisdom to know, okay, what did work, what can work. You know, if you know that going left didn't get you to that store, well, you have straight, you have right. You may not know which way to go, but you know it ain't left. And sometimes that alone is enough to get you going where you need to be going. A lot of times people don't want to look at their setbacks as road clearance. Okay? You got to understand, the more you go through, the more road clearance for those beneath you. Okay? If you have children, or when you have children, okay? Or even your parents, you want to help your parents out, okay? Grandparents, things like that. You clearing these roadblocks make it easier for the people and things that you love to get through to you, to get through to where they're trying to go. Okay, and this is not about you taking the burdens on others, but this is about you breaking karmatic cycles, okay? This is about you setting new foundations, okay? About being innovative and bringing new things to the world. Okay? So that is what I'm picking up for us, guys. We have so, look at that. We have so much love and abundance, okay? Look at this. We have the 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Look. So we are fulfilling ourselves. Okay, we are becoming in love with ourselves and fulfilling ourselves and making sure all of our wishes come true. For some, this is about relationship. For some, this is about relationship. So this right here, this passion coming in, okay, this new communication coming in is a new person for some of y'all. But for some of y'all, it's a new way of learning that, you know what, in the past, I gave my all to people and it ended in conflicts and dramas and problems. So now I'm going to love on myself and I'm going to make sure I fulfill my own wishes and desires and goals and dreams, okay? So that is what I'm seeing for us, guys. I love you all. I'm laughing because when you're channeling, you're channeling. Okay, but I'm sending you guys all love and light. I love you all. I will talk to you guys later. If you don't have me on Facebook, I am not taking private bookings until January 6th. January 6th. Earlier I said July. But until January 6th, I will not be taking private bookings. However, I'm still going to be doing YouTube videos, and I'm probably still going to be doing my specials, because if you have me on Facebook, I do specials often, like message reading specials often, where you don't have to book necessarily, you know, you just get your reading that day or whatever. I tend to do those often, so I will still do those, and I will still be on YouTube. But actual private bookings, I will be cutting until January 6th, because I'm making changes to the way I'm doing things, to my bookings, the way I do my readings and appointments, because I don't just do readings. As you guys know, I do a lot of different healings. I do Reiki, I do mediumships. I am also a spiritual life coach, so I coach your life. I do a lot of different stuff, okay? So I just want to make some proper changes and everything, because we got to bring in the new year right. Got to, again, those goals, okay? Hello, look at this, 7 of Wands. Okay, 7 of Wands, fighting for what we want, fighting for what it is that we want. You know, when all the doubt, all the naysayers, all the hate, we still going. Look at this, 5 of Wands, all this conflicting energies around us, but we're going to still shine our light, and we're going to still come on top. 2021 is our year. Okay, 2021 is the personal year. Number 5 is changes, movement, travel. It's only up for here, guys. All right, so again, love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, loves.